Ladies and gentlemen, it's the middle of the week. Hope you're feeling strong, motivated. Whether you're working from home or you're working in an office, I just hope you're working. And working towards a goal, and I hope you're getting paid for it. And whether you're working or not, there's one thing that's important, and that is that you're in the know. Because knowledge is power, and knowledge will lead you to freedom.
Tell us how those Zoom calls were after the last episode.
And after the last episode, tell us,
You probably sound like a genius.
Genius. They were like, man, Steve,
how did you know Portland had $2.99 air quality?
Gosh, that banter.
I really enjoyed the meaningless banter before our very important meeting where I let go of you.
I didn't know about that.
And you started off talking about a SPAC.
Didn't fire you.
Yeah.
How'd you know what a SPAC was, Steve?
Yeah, exactly. And you knew all about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Wow.
You have a broad
Just a vast
range of knowledge.
Range, yes.
That's what Group Chat offers, you know? Mm-hmm. And here we are in the middle of your week to give you a whole lot more of that. We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah, good episode.
I don't even know where to start, but obviously we're talking about all things politics. We're talking about social media. We're talking about people quitting social media, apparently.
More importantly, everyone's getting rich.
More importantly, everyone's getting rich. And if you're not getting rich, we just won't talk about it.
Yeah.
That's the new way.
Yeah.
And if you have a home, you want to sell it, someone's giving you cash unseen.
Up
They don't
front.
even see your shit house.
Up front.
You haven't done any upkeep on your home. You got termites, roofs falling apart. Hit up Chamath.
We have an algorithm. We don't care. So, and then obviously we're talking about, it's coming up to voting day. And I think one of the biggest things is, Dee got in a little bit of hot water about a voting issue and how companies are treating their employees voting.
John Lewis would not be happy with his legacy.
This is not good trouble. Some people are saying that Dee is actually part of the voter suppression thing. I don't know. I'm not sure who he's been talking to. He's been out of the office.
I'm suppressing people on election day.
Okay. And then we also, we're going to start off with some outrage. Some of our listeners, including my own father, aren't happy with us.
Nope.
So I think that it's important that we give them a voice through our voice.
Yeah.
At our speed.
Yeah.
But
at our discretion.
At our discretion.
Yeah. You don't really have a voice.
Okay, so that and many more things. Guys, buckle up. Time for some group chat.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Guys, we're kind of pissing people off. Okay, first of all, we got some news.
Big news.
As you can tell from how clear that audio was, Dee's back in the studio.
Woo!
Woo!
Good to be back.
Corona-free.
Corona-free, back in the stew.
Yeah, it's great.
And,
Not that he had corona.
I was going to say, were we expecting him to have corona?
His fear of us having corona has subsided.
Yeah. He didn't have a baby. He had corona.
It was all a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Just we decided to get pregnant, have the baby, use 2 weeks to cover up my corona.
Yeah, that's good. I heard you rented a baby for those photos.
Yeah.
So I will say, in the age of the internet and the Google call and the Zoom chat and the blah, 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 you can't replace, just the natural vibe of having your boys all together.
Yeah, it's fun. I definitely, the last 24 hours at home, it's a lot with the kid and the baby. And I was like, you know what? I need to get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just coming for the podcast at least.
Yeah, good call. Okay, and then the next bit of news that I was starting to say is we're pissing a lot of people off down here.
All kinds of people.
All walks of life.
Fine, pissed off people
on both sides.
Every side. From all different walks of life, for all different reasons. I would say this week we got an exceptionally high amount of pissed off listeners.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I think that it's only right. Look, we talk a lot of shit. We have strong opinions. We tend to always think we're right. Mm-hmm. But we're also open
to being more right.
And not letting you come on and talk about it yourself, but talking about what you said without you here to defend.
Yeah, and then just even piss you off even more. Be like, fuck these guys.
And they're just sitting in their car screaming their heads off.
Yeah,
for sure. I think there's a lot of that with group chat. So, where do we start? I guess I'll start close to home. Is that okay?
Yeah.
My dad.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
Pissed off.
First, he was pissed off because we were saying the GD word too much. You know? It's not what that word's for. Stop it.
Wow.
Okay?
Can you say damn it?
You can say damn it. Just don't
Okay.
bring G into it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And also JC, not what it's used for.
You can't. Oh, you mean like
When you say like blah, 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 stock is way up, and I say JC,
Yeah. Okay.
don't do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Pfaff.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, I will mention first that he ends every message now with love you guys.
Wow.
So he just wants us all to
Okay.
know, you know, he's still here. And as you can see from my text, this is every episode.
Holy crap.
This is after every episode of group chat.
I mean, if you're comfortable, we should just publish every single one on our Instagram
Yeah,
feed.
absolutely.
Some I am, some I'm not.
So then just, we could block out the parts
Redacted.
in-
You're like a CIA book.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
get redacted.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do an ongoing Andy Pfaff series
Yeah.
on Instagram
With redacted.
with redacted, questionable statements. Okay, but this is the big one. When we were talking about Instacart and Amazon Shop and all that stuff, and about how people, you were talking about your dad still likes to go to Subway, still likes to just be out. And I was saying, yeah, I think that is still an experience that people like. Let me tell you one thing. My father loves it.
Okay.
I'm just going to give you some highlights.
He
'cause
loves the technology side or going out and about?
He loves out and about.
Okay.
So he's like your dad going to Subway, but it sounds like a little bit more passionate. Just some highlights because it's a really long text. He starts off by saying, okay, now you guys are talking about the grocery store experience. If we don't go to the malls anymore, if we don't go to the grocery store anymore, if we don't go to the movies anymore, I guess we won't go to the gas station anymore because there's also nowhere to drive. So the pandemic weight gain will be a 365-day event because no one wants to go anywhere or do anything.
And guess what? We're coming for your guns next.
Yeah,
But
that
wasn't
would be redacted.
Wasn't that what I said? That
Yeah.
those behaviors matter in suburbia.
Yeah, I think he's actually with us on this one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
he agrees.
I think he's pissed about the subject.
I think Dee went a little too hard. saying
So-
Instacart's over, everything's over. Or not Instacart, groceries are over, Whole Foods is over.
Yeah,
So
so he's
I-
just mad at D on this one.
The last episode, my mom was at our house. And so she was like, what'd you talk about? And I said, we talked about grocery store and shopping and this and that. I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And she's like, 90% now is Instacart for me. She's like, if I have to get something right away, I'll go to Sprouts, I'll go to Whole Foods or Ralph's or whatever. But she's like, I have found that freed up time to be valuable to me. I don't want to go. I don't want to put myself at risk. I don't like the experience. He goes, I was like, what about dad? He goes, no, dad struggles with it. So she's like, I'll give you an example. I'm like, why don't you Postmate dad food? Because my mom stayed with us for a few nights to help out.
Yeah.
And that's the day he went to Subway. Yeah. And I was like, why
Infamous Subway trip.
So
Heard around the world.
yeah, literally around the world. So he goes to Subway, and my mom's like, why don't you just Postmate it? And he's like, he refuses to Postmate. And so last weekend, there's an Indian restaurant that serves like sub biryani that he loves.
Yeah.
But it's like a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
And she was like, why don't you just Postmate it? And apparently one of the days he actually went, and they're like, we only do it on Sundays or whatever. And so he couldn't get it. So I was like, so what does he do? He's like, he refused to Postmate. I go, is it the money?
Yeah.
Like
Postmates is free delivery
if you're
over a certain dollar amount.
So I asked,
I think it's the principle, man.
and then I was like, is it how the food is delivered? Like, what is it? And she's like, I don't know because, it's like $3. Like they're not Postmates Plus or whatever.
Yeah, so it's $2.99.
Yeah,
If
whatever.
you hit the limit,
Yeah.
the price minimum.
Okay, so
It's just, yeah.
And
It's
so-
that you don't want to give in
yeah,
to this bullshit.
yeah.
Because as my dad goes on to say, I mean, how else are we supposed to get out of the house? Shopping is not our favorite activity, but it does, like some other things, get us out of the house and help us towards our 10,000 steps or more.
But so I'll challenge your dad to this. You can get
I got a
text.
big challenge.
Why if being physical is one of those things, why not go for a walk?
Yep. So here's the beauty. And
No,
this is-
because you mask the exercise with purpose for an activity.
Yeah. Well, this is where dads are dads, right? But my thought would be the beauty of technology is you just freed up an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Why don't you do like a speed walk?
Yeah.
and get 5 times the exercise than you would have meandering around Ralph's.
While you're picking at food.
Yeah, like this is actually a huge benefit. Imagine what your smartwatch would tell you about your day if you spent that hour, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the, old habits die hard, I think. But he did say, this is interesting, because he did give on one thing. He said the one thing that we do is we created a grocery list on Echo. So I guess you can do that, right? Amazon, Echo, you make a grocery list. Okay. And then they're able, since they're home, they're able to actually go through the cupboards and see what they're missing, and it's helped them avoid buying things twice. Because you're at the store, you're not really sure if you have that thing or not, and then you have it. So they have saved a little bit there. But I agree, man. I think that it's the difference of how some people, I don't even want to say older people, because I think some younger people are this way too, see things. Instead of seeing it like this allowed you to free up time to use, if physical activity is what you really like from it, then why don't you get 10 times the results and save the time? But you're right, Anand, it's also just masking. Like you get to go grab a sub and rack up the steps on the Apple Watch.
And I always say we're in this unique age where we lived in both worlds as an adult.
Yeah.
So I remember in college, in my early 20s, you had to go to Ralph's every Sunday or you're starving.
Yeah.
Like you literally won't eat during the week.
Yeah.
So you were forced to do it even as like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 25-year-old. And we lived pre-Facebook, post-Facebook.
Yeah.
Pre-Instagram, post-Instagram.
Yeah.
So we have like this
1 foot
perspective
We
of...
do.
And sadly, we know both worlds and we know which is better.
Yeah. I mean, even on
each
delivery.
instance, because certain things win on each.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no one wants to give up email,
Yeah.
right? Grocery stores, however.
Yeah. Like I'll be honest, on Postmates, I do it. Obviously, we use it religiously, but I am hesitant because for me, it's like the quality of the delivery process is not. I know that guy is, Instacarting, Ubering. By the time he gets to my house, it's like an hour.
Yeah.
But groceries to me is a no-brainer. It's stupid to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
But if you think about young people, they only know this world. So over time, similar to like television consumption, like actual network television, it's going to die down.
Yeah, there'll be a new version. They'll be like, I 3D print all my groceries.
Because I got to imagine a young kid in his 20s does not want to leave his Fortnite game, doesn't want to leave TikTok.
No,
like you say, go to Ralph's for an hour and come back.
I'm on Twitch, bitch.
Exactly.
I agree. Okay. Next up, we got a few to get through. Next up, who would have fucking thought, man? Last week, we talked quite a bit about restoration hardware and how it was a great business. We loved it. Anand purchased a coffee table for Dee for his birthday. Big fans of restoration hardware over here and what they could become.
Yeah.
People are pissed.
Yeah.
What the what? Why? What's your beef?
You know why? What I'm pissed about is I didn't realize until Amanda and Dee told me it doesn't deliver till October.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's restoration hardware for you. You should have been on Tim's birthday schedule.
I mean, like
and
all
you were
of
fine.
Dominic's birthday, bedroom furniture that we ordered before he was born. We ordered it like 6 months in advance.
So they're the anti-Bezos.
Yeah.
We're going to overcharge and
take our time.
And I will say, I bought a couch from them like 6 months ago, and they just delivered me the complete wrong couch. And then we're like, I don't know, just use it.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have the right one in
So
a month.
you know how Amazon has their principles, frugality, efficiency in their corporate headquarters? What's Restoration corporate headquarters?
We're hot.
We're hot. Be hot.
Yeah.
Show up whenever you want.
If you
do
make
it.
They just walk around, not hot.
Yeah,
Based on what, sir? Not hot.
not hot.
Get out of my face. Charge more. Okay, so why are people pissed?
So
The
this
IKEA
woman,
crowd is
I won't,
outraged?
this woman, I won't say her name, but she's like, I can take all the shit talking about the Bay Area, but not this one. She goes, it sounds like
That's where she draws the line.
nails on a chalkboard when you're talking about restoration hardware. I think she works at Williams-Sonoma, is my guess.
Okay,
and her friends work at similar retail concepts.
A little bit of bias.
Like West Elm and Pottery Barn, which I don't dislike those concepts.
But their beef is that you accepted a gift that you didn't choose?
No. It's nothing to do
the
with the
beef is
gift.
how much we praise restoration hardware. And they're like, give us some love.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is that restoration, I think where restoration hardware broke through is their experience via retail and catalog is much different than everybody else's. I'm not saying West Elm doesn't have a nice catalog, Williams-Sonoma. We shop at all those places. But like when I walk into a CB2 or a West Elm, I'm not inspired or aspire the way I am when I walk through a Restoration Hardware. So my Restoration Hardware experiences are the one in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's really the only one that I think I've gone to.
Yeah.
Because it's close to house. But I've seen the images of the ones in New York. I've seen the ones all over Southern California. And like, fuck, man, when you walk into that store and then you're at the rooftop and you're just like, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, yeah.
It's a vibe. So when you're spending that kind of money, it's very similar to in fashion or jewelry, when you buy something at Louis Vuitton, Cartier, or Tiffany versus buying it from Zales or something at a suburban mall, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Not to say they're not good businesses.
Totally.
There's plenty of mall-based businesses that sell a shitload of whatever. But like, if you're buying a wedding dress at Monique Lullier or you're buying a wedding dress, at the strip mall, it's a very different experience.
Yeah.
So what's the complaint that these other brands have better quality?
No. I think
No, it's just stop giving
Restoration so much
props.
Yeah.
There's other people out here doing a good job too. Which is sure. We're not fucking saying that. We're highlighting one business.
Yeah.
Chill out. But props to those businesses for making their employees that passionate.
Yeah.
Because I want someone that works for me one day to send someone a DM and say, I'm sick of you fucking. We didn't even bash them.
Yeah.
We just praised somebody else in their industry.
I will say in our little bubble in this area, Restoration Hardware comes up and not the other brands.
Yeah,
so they've done something to resonate in this area.
Yeah. It's that store.
The store's hot.
Plus, we're talking about, it was a relevant topic about their business, and we were talking about why we thought it was
so good. Offended by this. Like, this is hitting a very personal level for you.
This is where I draw the line too, you know?
Yeah.
You know what else is funny is like, we're talking shit about what I'm guessing is their hometown. If they're saying the Bay Area, whatever. We talk shit about a lot of things.
Give us a discount code. We'll happily praise you. Give us a discount code. Comp us some furniture.
See your customer service experience.
Yeah.
Send it over.
Restoration Hardware overcharged the hell out of me and sending it 2 months late.
What do you got for me, William? What do you got for me?
God, man. It sounds like champagne on a balcony, and you got us. Okay, so anyway, really funny thing to be to get some backlash about. And then it seems like as if we didn't get enough backlash this week, Dee decided he would swan dive into the most controversial topic in the world.
Yeah.
The U.S. election.
Yep.
And of course, you got some backlash.
Yeah, so I put it on Twitter. Why is everyone giving the day off for voting? Why?
Well, I think, right? You want to encourage your staff to...
So...
right now, legally, the law is... if you take time off in the middle of a day, regardless of who your employer is, you're allowed to go vote. Yeah. And an employer has to say,
so then go do that. So why do we have to make it like, here's the thing, where I struggle with it is, where I think the message is wrong, is everyone's going to give everybody the day off on election day.
So you get the day off no matter what.
So in these companies...
I mean, everyone's had the day off for 6 months.
Yeah.
What's one more day?
Yeah, so...
They've had the year off. So by that time, the whole year went down.
Yeah, exactly. So you have that day. When we know, if there's... everyone's making election day seem like Carmageddon, Y2K, like it's going to be this big disaster.
Yeah.
I went and posted a link, and I said, vote early. I'd rather you be done voting in October, which I looked it up. There are some states that don't allow early voting. Okay, I understand that. Those, you have the option of absentee ballot, or you have to plan your day in those states. The problem is it's the most progressive companies giving day off, which in those states, those are probably mainly California and New York companies.
Yeah, every tech company is going to be forced to do it.
Oh, Google.
The burden should be on the federal government. It should be a national holiday.
It should be. So, but we know that voter suppression is real, so I can accept that.
You're part of it, apparently.
Yeah, I'm definitely,
You're working for Trump or what?
No, I'm just working for the idea of like, go fucking early and get your vote done.
Yeah.
Like, it's in some states, it's like 28 days before the election. If you wait till the last day, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, I think that's the bigger problem, right? Is I think that there's a lot of people that aren't going to vote early Then that day is going to come around. They're going to have a free day off.
And then it'll be like, oh my God, I waited. And then I have to watch CNN in a state that allowed 28 days earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, I waited 14 hours to vote. Well, you are probably the dumbest fucking person in this country and you shouldn't vote.
I waited the last day for the primary and waited 3 hours.
Yeah, you're part of the problem. You're an idiot.
I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to complain too.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in here.
But
I'm gonna
there
say
is
it's ridiculous.
something ceremonial about
Oh my
election day,
God.
which people are going to do.
Yeah, I don't know, D. You have a tough fight here. I see.
And this is why the Democrats are going to lose. We allow mediocrity. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
It should be a national
You
holiday.
sound Republican.
I don't get.
Did you switch over?
The only reason it's not a national holiday is why.
Voter suppression.
That's it.
Yeah, I get it. So why give them that chance? Vote early. Vote absentee.
Yeah. The problem
Request
is you have
the ballots.
to me, you have a piece of your argument is actually really good, which is we should be telling people to vote early.
Yeah, not give them the day off.
Yeah, because if you, by telling people you have this day off,
Then
on
you're not gonna
voting-
vote.
Yeah, you are right. I just think you chose a
What I would
tricky topic.
what I would say is, Google, I'm going to give everyone 28 days off. So you have 28 days to figure out how to vote. Because we know our staff are a bunch of morons. So if they want to take 28 days to figure out how to vote, you can have the whole month to vote.
But why don't you when's mail-in day? Like in a month?
I think you have to request the ballot soon.
So my point is they should just give a ceremonial day off then.
Yeah.
And be like, this is your day to figure out how to vote early.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched a lot of TV, but I'm curious if either party is doing ads on early voting.
I don't know.
You'd have to think the Democrats are, right?
Yeah, they have to.
The Trumpers.
Voters will be like, there's no votes. There's
There's no election on the 3rd.
Oh my God. Yeah, people do not realize at all how quick this is coming up.
Yeah.
Was it 50 days or something?
50 days. It's 49, I think, today.
50 days for a contested election.
And not to mention the mail-in, the whole situation is significantly earlier.
Yeah.
So obviously we don't even need to get into it. You got attacked.
Yeah, I mean, anything political, you tend to piss everybody off.
Yeah.
So everyone, telling me about voter suppression, that I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm just giving you, here's the thing, is when you know you're going to be up against that battle, they're trying to suppress votes.
Yeah.
Then we need to change the strategy. Getting out the vote may not be the strategy should be get out the vote early.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think that a lot of these companies, I hate to say this, I think a lot of these companies don't actually sit and think about what the smartest strategy is to actually get their people to go vote. I think they like getting the credit for
Press.
giving the day off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They're on the part of the...
I'll give everyone the day off too.
Yeah. You should just on a random day. Be like, you know what? Because I'm just a great guy. This is just because I observe all things great.
Yeah.
or if voting early in California starts when? Mid-October?
Yeah.
Just give everyone October 18th.
Yeah.
There's your day
That's
off.
what I'm saying.
Go
Learn it,
vote.
figure it out. Today's your day. You have a whole day to do it.
California, vote early. Let's see here. Election day is November 3rd in California. Like everywhere else, registered voters will be mailed a ballot no later than 29 days prior to the election. Vote early starts October 5th.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yes.
That's so fast.
October 5th. That's the holiday I'm giving my staff. October 5th.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to be in Marina Del Rey on a boat.
Yeah.
That happens to be a Saturday.
Yeah, great.
Okay, you guys ready to talk about some news?
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, listen, anyway, we encourage you to send us your message, Dad, you included. Let us know what you think. And we like it. I mean, it's really fun to see. It's also really fun in all seriousness to see everyone's opinions and,
Yeah,
and
I
how
love
people
it.
are seeing it different than we are.
Yeah, I mean, I've always welcomed opposing opinions.
Yeah.
I just don't care for them.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I welcome them.
No,
Yes.
it's totally fine.
I have my
think
opinion.
That's the whole purpose of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made up my mind.
Well, that's
Right.
why we decided to do our own podcast, because we get to say whatever we want.
And you can do it at that
you
too.
don't like it?
Yeah.
Start a podcast about
Well,
West Elm.
Yeah. The West Elm Pod.
Either do that or start working for you, because I used to scream at home. I used to be screaming at you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in
You
response.
scream here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but now I got a
you
mic
get to
on this
scream.
thing, so that's what I'm saying.
That's
too.
true, man. You worked your way all the way up from
Yeah.
being pissed off
Yeah.
and back home to having a mic.
Once I arrived, I was like, "Fuck these guys."
That's America, you know?
Yeah.
Work hard enough,
This
you get
is-
a mic.
This is the American dream right here.
You're right. You're right. Okay. What's going on with, there's a holiday, speaking of October, there's a new holiday that I don't
Yeah.
know about. So, like, I know there's a lot going on. I'm actually kind of worried about this holiday season? Black Friday, Cyber Monday, how much money do people really have to spend like that? Christmas even, what's going on? Not really sure. It turns out we have a completely new holiday that I'm not aware of in October.
New holiday alert.
What is it?
So a bunch of retailers got together and decided to make a holiday up. Similar to Singles Day in China, which obviously is a huge holiday, but it looks like it's kind of... I think it's like a competition to Prime Day. So it's going to be October 10th. A bunch of huge retailers are going to kind of get out there early to beat the kind of holiday sales. My guess is this was created, one, to compete with Amazon Prime that's reported to happen on October 26th. Mm-hmm. The other is, I think specifically in apparel, business is soft.
Yep.
I think it's a really, really soft time right now. Typically, it's not. Coming off, I think back to school was a disaster because no one went back to school. Mm-hmm. So that clearly has now created a lot of panic among big retailers. I'm sure, there's a lot of categories. I'm only familiar with apparel, but I would guess large apparel retailers are seeing softness. So this is like, let's all kind of partner together and do something. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see like a Shopify come in and be like, hey, we're going to drive a lot of traffic on this day too. And it's everyone's chance to go at Amazon, is my opinion.
Yeah.
But look, holidays work. People buy. The problem is you're starting discounting for holiday on October fucking 10th. Yeah. That means Prime Day is October 26th, which you have to discount if you want any part of the action. Black Friday, you have to discount. Mm-hmm. By Christmas, we're going to be giving you free stuff. Yeah. We're like, here's $4 and a pair of jeans. Please take this out of my warehouse.
Totally. What's the holiday called? Fuck Amazon Day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like it has a day.
Jeez. So, yeah. Yeah, you're right, man. I am so curious, I don't know the word, of how the rest of this year is going to go as a whole.
I think the administration and the Senate have made it clear there will be no stimulus between now and the election. They said if any stimulus comes, it's post-election. So I guess post if they win. There's a disconnect. How is retail not going to be soft when the majority of the country is still suffering?
Yeah. Yeah, that's 100%.
Without stimulus.
Yeah, because I'll say, I mean, for better or for worse, during stimulus time, there was a lot of shopping.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was the best use of money, but it worked in that regard.
Oh, yeah. People were spending. Everyone, I remember the day stimulus checks hit the bank account. Rich from Fashion Nova goes, stimulus just hit. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. And he's like, stimulus hit.
Yeah.
And I just like didn't know what he meant.
I think everyone kind of saw
and
that.
Then everyone just exploded.
But that's when you talk about how Republicans, they're so anti-stimulus, if you think about the ripple effect of the stimulus, you gave money to all these people. They went and spent it. And it got to companies like ours. We were able to not fire people, not lay off people.
That's true.
And it actually worked.
So
the way that Republicans think about stimulus is you give tax cuts to the richest and most profitable companies because trickle-down economics, which does not work. Anyone who knows economics, that does not work. Mm-hmm. Trickle-down economics is share buybacks and shareholder wealth, not goes down into the economy.
It doesn't go to people. It never
Correct.
goes to people. And the thing is that...
And we do one, so why not do both?
Yeah.
That's what I struggle with the most.
I think there is going to be stimulus. I just think if I'm the Republicans, and this is all about winning an election, drag your feet. Do it 2 weeks before the election. How are you able to pay your rent?
I mean, if I was Trump right before the election, I would dress up as fucking Santa Claus. And be like, ho, 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 bitches. Yeah. Everyone's having a great Christmas.
Yeah.
Here's your stimulus.
Like, if you get everyone a check a week.
But the Democrats will block it and it'll get political. The House can block it.
Because
what are all those executive orders he's signing?
Then Trump has the leverage in the polls.
Because here's actually the dangerous part. Just from the economic standpoint of the country, forget if you're Republican or Democrat. If Donald Trump loses and Joe Biden wins in November 3rd, that means there's no stimulus till January 17th, 16th, whatever the day of inauguration is. So that's 3 months more of bleeding.
Yeah.
Like, there's a fact. Crime is up across all metropolitan cities.
Yeah. I've heard stories.
Yes. And this has nothing to do with defund the police. This has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with the country is suffering and people are resorting to illegal activities.
Yeah, I think the cherry on top is that you're also trying to defund the police in the worst of times.
Yeah.
And I think the police, there's a lot of good ones, are like, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? All right, defund me, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But I just think from here to January and, probably beyond is going to be really, really interesting. Next up, I didn't even, normally I'm a very tuned in fan of all things Apple, but they just had a product release and I didn't watch. Was there any highlights? Did it matter?
So, I mean, the real only kind of, there's a new Apple Watch, there's a new iPad, there's a new iPad Air. The big announcement I thought was they're coming out in fitness.
With the watch? Or?
With a content platform. $9.99 a month. Exactly 30% cheaper than Peloton, which is $12.99 a month.
This might be good for you.
Yes, it's very good for me.
Did Peloton go down?
So immediately when the announcement came out, it just like dropped like a rock.
Nice.
And then it kind of stabilized. Yeah. But and then they launched this thing called Apple One, which is a bundle, which is Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and iCloud storage for $14.95 a month. And you can do the entire family for up to 5 members for only $19.95 a month, which is so goddamn cheap.
Yeah. This is a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Absolute no-brainer.
A billion people are going to sign up for this.
Yes, I'm already paying almost $15 to $20 a month for storage in Apple Music right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can get all that.
How much is Apple?
That's a family thing.
$9.99.
Apple Music is $9.99.
Yeah.
And then
what about news? I'm sick of all this.
I use Apple News Plus.
Okay.
It's great. Now, this is even better. You can get Apple Music.
Okay.
I'm going to come with my ad. Here we go. Here we go.
Tim Cook.
For only $29.95.
Okay.
I'm going to get you Apple Music.
Oh.
I'm going to get you Apple TV Plus.
Love it.
I'm going to get you Apple Arcade.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to get iCloud storage. And guess what? If you and your fat family need something to work out to, I'm throwing in Fitness Plus.
Whoa.
And if any of your family members know how to read, Apple News Plus, all for $29.99.
I'm absolutely
Lights
sold.
out.
Damn, and just look at that. Look at that. Look at what Apple is.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. So obviously this happened during a Peloton investor conference, and they asked him like, literally on the spot, because he probably didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, it just legitimizes what we're doing. Look, at the end of the day, Peloton's still selling hardware. Where I think the Peloton flaw is, he came out today and said that he thinks they can get 100 million subscribers. He said there's 200 million gym goers in the world, and he can get half of them. Only him.
All gym goers?
Yes. Worldwide.
Can you imagine if
we're talking about people that go like, sorry.
But if Apple just wants to be like, watch this and be like a big fuck you to Peloton, they could release a bike for like $100 and would control the entire market.
So yeah,
Well, they would just release one that'd be so sick.
It'd be so
It'd
sick.
still be $3,000.
It would look like that. I do not care. If it looked like one of their computers and I could ride it and had an iPad on it, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, by the way, you can get the sick iPad. Your phone can plug in.
It has
You have
Beats
your
by
Apple
Dre
Music.
speakers.
Oh, everything you've already got
By
in there.
Dr. Dre.
Wow.
Oh, Beats speakers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, did they not announce a phone?
No phone. Phone got delayed because of
phone.
pandemic. Next month.
Phone,
Okay, it's coming next month. I have this
Phone's
cracked
phone.
fucking phone. I'm trying to.
Oh, you're
I'm waiting on getting it fixed for
No
the new
phone was announced.
Oh,
Here's-
it's next month? I thought a new phone was coming.
Here's what the most striking part for me is the difference between Steve Jobs being at the helm and Tim Cook. Tim Cook is a profit cash machine. He knows how to extract so many more dollars out of every Apple user. He doesn't care about selling more iPhones because he already got you on the platform.
Yeah.
And here's all these other services.
Yeah.
Then you think about Steve Jobs, and this is why, like, similar to like an Elon Musk, if he was around, the stuff he would have been coming up with,
Yeah.
it would be mind blowing. I mean, he was talking about podcasts as the future in 2005.
Yeah.
2005. That's pre-iPhone.
Well, he was, beyond visionary.
He's like, we should be consuming long form audio like this and talked about how it's going to be the next huge wave. In 2005, no one knew what a podcast was.
No, I wish I would have listened to that. You know?
Imagine if you
We
started
started group chat in 05.
We'd be
Oh
billionaires.
my God. You would be Joe
living in
Rogan.
Austin with
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Well, Bill
Shooting deer
Simmons
and
sold
shit.
for $250 million, and Joe Rogan's clipping $100 million a year. That's our benchmark.
Yeah.
The rumor that seems relatively believable is that Joe Budden left
Yeah.
Spotify because he asked for $250 million.
No way.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
And that's why he went and trashed them?
Yeah, and he said, "Fuck you." Then
So what was he
That
making
means-
that he's willing to ask
That
for
means he's
250?
making bank.
I think I thought somebody said it was like 20 a year or something.
Oh my God.
That's a lot to give up by asking for a crazy demand.
But he left it.
He left it.
Left
He's
it.
independent now.
But-
Spotify.
Man,
I
you
know.
don't lose
That
that
might have been, in
distribution.
hindsight, this might be the worst move ever.
Yeah.
But
Because
that's
does he
the
make
rumor.
that? Does he make 20 million on his own though? Was that
Well,
because of
he probably
Spotify? Was
only
that
left.
because of ads?
Yeah, because
Was
of
that because of-
distribution. Spotify features Joe Budden. You go on Spotify,
Right.
Yeah.
Joe Budden. They
So
push.
now what's he making?
They pushed Joe Budden as one of their biggest podcasts. I mean, he must have left in the last
Just
month.
left.
right?
Yeah, like probably 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so not to sidetrack, but I just can't believe when you look at it. I mean, think about the fact that we are still also waiting for the new phone. The day it drops, I'm going to go get it. And now Apple is looking like they're going to just control our lives.
With little innovation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Apple Fitness is an innovation. All that stuff exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
There's
just
nothing new.
there's packaging it
Better.
for Apple customers.
Yeah. Which just
That's
happens to
good.
be a billion people.
What did the Apple stock do today?
Nothing. It was like quite, like marginally
Tim
up.
Apple.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Like-
No success, no luck today?
Oh, marginally up.
Okay.
$6-7.
Okay.
I don't think people can appreciate like if 500 million people sign up for the $29.99 plan.
But that's also the thing. Like, is Apple where all these massive companies that got displaced were 25 years ago, where they just stopped innovating and just keep trying to extract more dollars out of you?
No, but the difference I think is like what Apple I think is like, look, we know you can't leave the iPhone. So the incremental services were like, for example, if you use Apple Music and eventually Apple TV gets better and the content gets better and you just become hooked onto these platforms, you can't leave. Like if Netflix raised their price tomorrow, is anyone leaving?
No.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? What I was just thinking about, I was like, I don't even remember what Apple services I have right now.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, I was going through group chat articles. I apparently must have phased out of my news subscription.
Yeah.
I can't open any articles anymore. But I know I have music. I know I have some sort of iCloud. I don't know how much.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like from profitability standpoint, instead of extracting maybe $0 a month out of the average iPhone user, maybe the cloud storage is the only thing most people sign up for. Now you're just going to be like $29.99, the amount of value you get. Like God forbid you actually like use the fitness and lose weight and feel good
Yeah.
about yourself. It's a
I mean,
wrap.
what you can do for $29.99 while you're waiting for your Instacart. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll probably sell you health insurance.
Come
next.
on.
Yes,
Dad.
they want to get into healthcare.
Dad, $29.99.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Like if
Do
you
some fitness programs at home.
like imagine Apple Watch. Okay, you have Apple Fitness Plus. Okay, $19.99 will give you health insurance. Okay, yeah, I'd rather have Apple.
It's like
health
Metro
insurance.
Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do 2 treadmill runs.
Your insurance goes down.
10,000
I'm telling
steps.
you.
Oh, I would be one fit motherfucker.
Can you imagine? That's how you could make this country more healthy.
I'm here for it.
If you based it,
Incentivize
if you
it.
said lose this much, get your numbers down to this.
Yeah, your
and-
body fat percentage has to be X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would, I think you would like substantially cut.
if it's about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone would make money because you'd be less of a liability on the insurance company
Yeah.
if you're a healthy person.
But
So we solved healthcare in America.
we just did. Yeah. The problem is, I think that
Jared Kushner can
fuck
talk to
off. I think the pressures to keep people sick is also a really great business.
So I just want to touch on one thing before we move on. We talk about how Spotify now has Joe Rogan and Bill Simmons. In this era, at least in music, where going independent is the dream, these podcasters who are the biggest in the space all were independent, making tons of money, but took the big check to go to the centralized. Is it just this is their cash in, we're done?
I think there's a moment where you get a disproportionate amount of upside because they realize that independent is an option. So like Spotify will pay like crazy to have you because everyone can be independent. To me, it's like what they say about this apparent Drake deal that's going to be like $1 billion. Is like they're really paying so that he doesn't go independent.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're there's like this weird situation where everyone can be independent. They don't need any one platform like that. But these platforms need to find a way to build something that's their own.
And the irony is, if you think about those two specifically, they were the two of the earliest. I think Simmons was 2007, Rogan might have been 2008 or something.
Yeah.
And them going to these centralized platforms actually ruins the magic of podcasts, where independent people who effectively, both of them were nobodies when they came on and were able to build these massive audiences because it's this new way of experiencing content.
Yeah.
But there's, you could take Ben Shapiro. His probably reach is like a Joe Rogan-esque.
He's a unicorn for sure. But if you look at the rest, it's all becoming centralized.
Yeah, I know, but that's what, when you toss around this kind of money.
I think the difference is like right now for group chat, if someone said we'll give you $10 million for the next 5 years, we'd be like, yeah, sure, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say. But what maybe we don't know that if we went and hustled and grinded it out, we could have made 15.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Why
right?
take
like,
the
I
risk?
think that's what's happening.
Same with I talk to like people in the music industry all the time. I'm like, who work with huge artists? I'm like, why are you guys doing that? He's like, well, it's just like 50 million. It's like guaranteed. It's like, why take the risk? We could do it, but we also couldn't do it.
But longer term, it could ruin the space. Then it becomes Kiss FM.
Then
Power
independent will become cool again.
Yeah.
Then what'll happen is Joe Rogan will go independent and it'll be like, whoa.
Yeah. Or there'll be a new one. There'll be
There'll
some
be a new
young person that becomes the
Russ
voice
of podcasting.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the birth of Spotify and the music streaming platforms is because the radio was so dead.
Yeah.
No one wanted to listen to this programmatic 10 songs that get played over and over again.
There's also a lot of backlash because apparently, I don't know the details of this, but apparently Spotify took off like Joe Rogan's old episodes with like Milo
Alex
Yiannopoulos
Jones.
and
Yeah.
Alex Jones. And stuff.
Donald Trump tweeted
People
that.
are pissed.
Yeah.
So is Donald Trump.
Well, you want
Donald
that check? Those episodes aren't going to make it, Joe.
Sorry, guys.
Get your ass to Texas.
Yep. Get your ass to Texas and chill out.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, I have just a question. I hate to do this.
Yeah.
There's a couple news articles that I don't really know anything about.
Yeah.
And when I see SPAC, I get a little, concerned.
That's not a racial slur.
No, it seems like it would be. It seems like it would be. But whenever I see the word SPAC, I'm like, okay, potential funny business here.
Yeah.
Open Door.
Yeah.
I see Chamath is involved.
Yeah.
All the buzzwords are there.
I know.
You
I
say
see
Chamath
SPAC. It says 10x idea, SPAC,
Billions of
Open
dollars.
Door. Billions.
Billions and billions.
So my obvious question is, what's Open Door?
I mean, I remember when Open Door came out and Anand tried to explain it to me, and I actually like cackled out loud because I was like, this is probably the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Can we get that original explanation?
Yeah, that's what
I mean,
I'm
the original explanation
It's still the exact same.
Yeah, it's sight unseen. You buy a home, you sell a home. If you're the seller, you get the cash up front immediately. And there's no it's not like the typical process of
So it's
selling
like
a
an eBay
home.
store for homes.
Correct. So sight unseen buying,
But
selling homes.
they'll buy homes
And
themselves.
Open
right?
Door holds the inventory risk
Of all the homes.
of that. So they're willing to pay you. Let's say you own a home in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
How much is a good home in Akron, Ohio?
20 grand.
Okay.
500.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are like, I want to sell my home immediately. I need the cash for whatever reason. You sell it for a couple % under market.
Yeah.
They'll come in, give you their $485,000.
They assume all that risk.
They assume all the risk later, and then they
flip
offload
it.
it. And they claim they have the data that they know which homes and markets to buy, that they know they can flip it. Obviously, Black Swan event, if 2008 ever happens, company's worthless.
Yeah.
Because then you're stuck with all this inventory that you went and purchased homes under
But
market
in
to
theory,
flip.
could work if that does. I mean, if they have that, if
I
they
think
really
it's just-
are right, or is that? Just
I mean,
not
it'd have to be a
something
double Black Swan event with, right? Like,
to fail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if homes don't crash 15, 20% nationally, then they're really not assuming that much risk. Pandemic, yes, some markets did crash. But in general, real estate is somewhat stable and you don't see those type of swings. So they're basically trying to make it a more efficient float. They're using financial market derivatives kind of, or financial market theories, like in terms of how much float you have and you flip it. If you control the float, you make money.
Yeah.
And residential real estate.
All right, control your float, guys. That's what I gained from that.
So if you love that idea or understand why they do it or you think it's a good business, there's a SPAC on it. It's the social capital SPAC. You can look it up. The stock already went up 25%. Doesn't even hold any assets yet, but people are already excited about it.
Yeah, so the investment is this SPAC, the social capital SPAC, is going to invest $1 billion into Open Door.
Yeah.
All the investors are rolling over their equity, 100% of the investors. Chamath is putting $100 million of his own personal money into the SPAC.
And he said 10x.
He said it's his 10x idea. He's smart. He's very smart. Read his memo. It's a great memo. He went on CNBC at 8 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Led the East Coast kind of opening of CNBC talking about this. Said it in a very smart way. The dude's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's brash, but he's brilliant.
He's brilliant. I actually really like when his thesis on a lot of things. This one, I'm just confused. I don't even understand what's going on here.
I think apparently 1.6, he wrote in his memo, I think it was $1.6 trillion annually exchanged in residential real estate. And they're obviously a fraction of of it.
Yeah.
So there's just so much white space. And if he has to believe that there's a data advantage that they have where they can price better than everyone else.
In this case, if you
I do think, but I mean, just think about it. The process, you've owned and sold homes.
Yeah.
It's a disaster,
Yeah, it sucks.
right?
Yeah.
So there's clearly a flaw in the current system. Who solves it?
Yeah, or how they. Here's the thing: I love the idea of solving that problem. I don't necessarily believe in why would they take the market risk of like owning homes and trying to then fucking sell
I think they did that to
proof concept.
Yeah, to basically show that you can do this.
The only part that gets me.
And you're doing that with other people's monay. So if you're the founder, what the hell do you care?
True. That part's true. The only part that gets me is I think home buying is dependent on the market. And like the data doesn't solve that problem. So if something happens, you can so easily get in a really bad spot, which the data could have never told you.
So I guess the counter to that is until 2008, in the history of since they were tracking national home prices, there was never a national decline in homes.
So his view is a safe bet.
In his view, he's probably like, if that happens, everyone's screwed. That means the entire economy is screwed, right?
If 2008 happens and Open Door is at like full steam, does that crumble it?
Or is
but
that
these
an
guys
opportunity?
are also so smart. So if I have no idea, I don't know what's going on behind the curtains of Open Door. It's more like they're going to offload these products into securities and sell it to banks.
Yeah.
Right. So if they have all this residential real estate that they're holding, banks will want to own it, collect a fee, lend to it. There's all these products, and
I'm sure they've calculated the downside risk of a catastrophe. And they have
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I could be completely wrong. I have
debate
no idea.
Chamath.
I mean, he's been right a lot in his investing, and the way he talks about the way he thinks about investing that I've heard on podcasts is that he just spends like 6 months just researching and thinking and having his team research and think. And this isn't like, let's just take a flyer on it.
Yeah.
So he has conviction. Whether he's right or not, time will tell. But this isn't like, oh, I like Open Door. He's not soft banking it, if that's the question. Where it's like, billion here, billion there, billion.
Yeah,
Who wants a billion?
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
Pay attention.
All right, my next question is Jim Cramer was talking about a new IPO for Snowflake.
Very excited about it.
Is this a liberal thing?
Yeah.
The liberal Snowflake
It's a
company?
liberal news site.
What is Snowflake?
Okay.
First question.
I saw Jim Cramer say it's a great concept. Okay, so I was like, great.
So that's what it is.
Okay, this is potentially going to be the biggest software IPO ever.
I'll invest.
Berkshire Hathaway's in it. Warren Buffett loves it. Okay. Huge names.
Huge.
Nobody knows what they do. They analyze big data. Big data is analyzed.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Great concept.
It's a great concept.
Cloud-based data warehousing startup that was founded in 2012. Let me tell you, if Warren Buffett didn't understand Amazon, how does he understand
Nobody
Snowflake?
understands this. He knows this is free money.
Yeah, that's fishy.
He knows he put $600 million or something in it.
Yeah, 600
He knows he's going to double his money in one day. He's like, screw it.
Probably more.
$32 billion. This is what the company's going to be valued when it goes public. I don't even think it does $1 billion in revenue.
No, they do $500 million. They're going to trade 65x revenue.
And nobody can tell me warehouse data. What is it? I mean, I'd rather own warehouses.
That's 1x revenue.
Yeah.
Would you rather have 65x or what?
I don't know what they do.
0.75x.
If they went and took all their money and bought warehouses near snow,
I mean, look
I'd be
at
like, okay,
Nicola.
they say the
Snowflake,
thesis.
yeah.
You get rewarded for
Bullshit.
uncertainty. No one knows what you do.
Yeah.
Nicola, they've never made a truck.
I know. It's just
Did you see I don't know if it was the founder who it was, but somebody DM'd us and this guy was like, I think it was the founder. I forgot to follow up on it, so I apologize. But
of Nicola.
yeah, and he
No
showed
way.
the truck. He showed the things. He's like, fuck you guys. You shouldn't have talked shit about this. I wasn't
Find
going
out
to
if it's the
release.
founder.
I mean,
He's
that's
famous.
a big thing if the founder of Nicola.
He released all the images of the truck.
Yeah.
Like in his garage. And he's like, we've made a product. Fuck you guys for talking shit and saying we're just
How
like
do
a
you
made
not
up
talk?
company.
This is what your job is.
Yeah, what? You didn't tell us this?
Yeah, I just, I get
Oh,
busy
no,
with it.
yeah. You look it up. Let's.
Yeah. I'll look this up real quick, but you just sparked it out of my. Okay, I'll figure it out.
You focus and look for that right now. 'cause
Okay,
that's
okay.
actually
I'll be
important.
right back with this answer.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we'll see what that turns into. All right. Well, listen, if you're a company that's a little mysterious and has some numbers to throw around, I just think start looking at IPOs.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's break for some ads. Pete, take a break from looking for the DM you got
Or
from
not
Elon
looking.
Musk and maybe read some ads.
All right, guys, welcome back to Pete's Time to Shine. Now, today, again, before I get into all things great and amazing that I do, we first have to talk about our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sponsor, Holistic Wellness. That's right, that's Holistic Wellness with a big old K. Don't forget it, because you're not going to want to. Right now, we're running a great, great special with them. If you head over to holisticwellness.com and use the code DEALS, it's DEELS. You get 25% off your order. That is an amazing deal. You won't find it anywhere else. And this CBD is absolutely electric. Holistic Wellness is a proprietary blend of broad spectrum water soluble CBD delivered in single serve stir sticks that you can pop, pour, and stir into any beverage. Get your hands on the most delicious and convenient and fast-acting CBD products on the market by visiting holisticwellness.com. That's holistic with a big old K. And use the code DEALS, DEELS, for 25% off your order. Guys, these things are amazing. I love especially taking the CBD wellness recovery stick. So this one is great for whether you're working out or after a run or anything of that nature. This is a great way with ginger, turmeric, and CBD. It's a great way to help your muscles rebuild and keep the soreness away. Plus a little relaxation. I love the relax one. When Dee starts yelling at me in the middle of the day, I go over and take a stress holistic wellness stick, and boom, I'm feeling great. I'm right back up on top. So don't miss out on those. This deal won't be around forever. So before it's too late, get over there to holisticwellness.com and get the 25% off. Now back to me. Tim, what do we have to talk about this week? Oh, I started tweeting more. So you can go over to Twitter at your boy Pete and catch me on Twitter. I'm going to start tweeting a little bit more. I think I should be more active over there. So not only that, but I do want to say thank you, everybody, for all the congratulations. They keep pouring in about the at group chat tag we got on Twitter. I didn't do a single thing. Just answered a couple emails that said yes, and yes. And now I'm getting all the praise. So thank you so much. Even though I don't deserve it, I will take it. So that's what this part is for, is just for me to brag. That's going to do it for me. That's all I got this week. And let's get back in the episode.
Okay, we're back. Did you find it?
No, not yet.
What took so long?
I don't know. Just give me time.
Okay.
Man. So have I been out of the loop? You're telling me that next week? No, today? Is this today?
Today.
Okay, so today,
Yeah.
Oracle is apparently doing the deal with TikTok. TikTok lives at the buzzer, shot at the buzzer.
Yeah.
TikTok's here to stay.
Oracle is planning to become a trusted technology provider for TikTok.
That's all we got.
It's similar to what does Snowflake do? What does Open Door do? This deal, as usual, makes no sense. It's unclear what the deal is. It's unclear where the data centers, I think, is the only thing that is clear, that it will have to be in America, and that Chinese officials cannot access data, which unclear how they actually execute that. And then the algorithm that allows TikTok to be so great, is that coming to Oracle, or is that staying over in
China. So
how you shipping that algorithm? FedEx?
So
Maybe through Snowflake. Maybe that's what Snowflake does.
yeah, maybe it is.
This is you know what I want to get out of doing this podcast, I think the biggest opportunity is to explain to everyone that nobody knows what's going on
At all.
about anything. No one can explain what anything is happening anywhere. So don't ever feel dumb, because we don't know what Snowflake does, and we don't know what deal Oracle and TikTok are doing, and neither does anybody else.
Yeah.
And no one knows if the algorithm is coming, if it's not. Why does no one knows why Oracle wants it.
Where did Oracle even come from?
He's just rich.
All they're saying is the only explanation why Oracle won is Larry Ellison's close with Trump, and Trump just basically put him in front of the line.
Walmart said today,
They're involved.
Yeah, Walmart said we want.
What are they involved in?
Walmart makes sense. Walmart can use it as commerce content platform.
Is this everyone just getting hoodwinked that TikTok, outside of its current infrastructure, can actually compete with Facebook and Instagram? Because under their current infrastructure, they 100% could in the US.
They clearly have.
Yeah.
They've hurt them.
This has to just be fuckery behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This has to be like the homie's gonna, like Larry Ellison's gonna catch a check.
Yeah.
This is how
Walmart's gonna
business is
dabble
done
in
in
there.
Russia, by the way.
Just chaos.
Putin just
That's what it
gives the
feels like.
business to the homie.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. All right. Well, do I get to keep with the dancing and stuff or no? We don't know that yet.
Shout out to the group chat team trying to do the Travis Scott
Killed
TikTok
it.
challenge.
They killed it.
That was good.
That was
Is that
awesome.
on our Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed it.
I found it.
Okay, what is it? Who is it from?
Nick?
Trevor Milton,
Yeah.
who is first and foremost an entrepreneur, an airplane pilot, and a dog lover.
That's the CEO.
He's also a Nicola executive chairman.
Yeah.
He
Quote,
fucking
unquote.
DM'd us?
He DM'd that to me.
fucking-
I've seen it
No,
on
he didn't
Bloomberg.
DM that to us. Somebody DM'd us his post that he put on his feed. That's what I'm saying. No, sorry if I missed that one. Sorry if I didn't make
That's
that
kind
clear.
of a big...
Well, he did say, fuck the haters and liars.
Oh,
Do these look fake to you? Then talks all about the truck, about how they got it shipped in from Germany, blah, 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 blah.
this guy really thinks he's Elon Musk, I think.
Yes.
Milton.
He's like,
Yes.
oh, I'm going to be controversial.
Yeah.
I'm going to literally just steal the whole... Nicola, come on. Anyway, damn it. Well, listen, Pete, that's what you call a gas and dump, and you led us astray. And our feelings.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
not the first time.
the CEO sending me a picture of his garage is just like,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I can find a lot of trucks
yeah.
on my street.
You're right. And then you can also find a lot of electrical outlets.
There's a
And by
TikTok
the way,
house.
SEC is now investigating Nicola.
Yes.
Good.
So SEC will look under the
see what's up.
proverbial hood.
Yeah, dog
Because there's no
lover.
fucking truck. Otherwise, we'd look under that.
For real. Okay. So anyway, we don't know about the dancing. Today's the deadline.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about, gosh, how do I even want to address this? I would say one thing that's really crazy to me, right, is when I look at like these dictators like Kim Jong-un and stuff like that, one of the craziest things is the stories that they tell that their believers believe. I believe Kim Jong-un had a story that like he went golfing once when he was 16 and every hole was a hole in one.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow,
He's a good golfer.
amazing, great golfer.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of that going on here.
You're a big reader, right?
Big reader, fast reader.
What's the most you've read in one night?
150 pages
In one night.
in one day.
In
Full
one
day.
Whole day.
Full day.
So you look pathetic compared to our president.
As I would expect.
Yes. He's a great man.
He's a great, great man.
This man claims he read the entire Bob Woodward book in one night, 466 pages.
And you know this guy is not reading a book. He's not reading
can't
a
Forget that. Did you see the interview from a few days ago where he listed every Fox show that he watched the night before?
Yeah.
And it was like 6 hours of television. He's like, Fox and Friends, I watched that. Sean Hannity, I watched that. And it was just like,
Oh my God.
He's not reading a book.
I mean,
book?
466 pages in a night, I don't think is humanly possible.
No, especially from a dummy.
Yeah,
I think it is if,
I agree.
yeah, a really smart person or
Like
a
one of those
speed
speed
reader.
readers, you know, the guys that they'll use their finger. And
I would guess if you,
I mean, Taylor's friend who that Speechify app or whatever it is, you have to get it like 12 times fast, and you can't even audibly hear that.
how
can
long
you
does
even
it
read
take
that
to
fast?
read 10 pages? I have no idea.
I about read a page a minute. That's like how I
Is that no average?
I think that's
above
fast.
a
average?
little speedy.
That's
Oh, you're
fast.
speedy.
Yeah, 'cause
Page a
I-
minute is fast.
Speed reader over here. What can I say? What can I
So
say?
460 minutes. So you could technically read it in
1 hour.
No,
One
no.
night. One night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day if you just
8
So
hours.
the point is, you would have to have 8 hours
Straight.
of uninterrupted. Like a
Reading.
minute a page is like no interruptions, not taking a break for water, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that for 8 hours. Hey,
Or
maybe-
If you had told me he jerked off 3 times last night, I'd believe that.
Yeah, it's doable.
it's
That's
impressive still
reasonable.
at that age.
Yeah, at that age.
You know?
He seems like he's horny.
Yeah, he does.
He's just watching Fox and Friends.
He has like
Rubbing him out to
Eating
those
bugs.
blondes.
Yeah, he probably is. I wonder what he's doing, like in that. You know, like I doubt him and Melania are
Getting after it.
getting after it.
No, they're not, there's rumors they don't even sleep in the same room.
Oh, here's
Okay.
I think she's in New York and he's in
Yeah, they don't
DC.
sleep
I'm
in
sure.
together.
Yeah, where does Barron go to school? In DC or in New York?
It's a good question.
So what's he doing? He's
I
4
want
years.
DC.
He's. Yeah,
See
I
how
wonder
side
if he's.
pieces?
I
he
wonder
might
if-
be one of the Fox and Friends.
I wonder if he's
Remember
come.
on the Friends?
If he's become so lonely that the pages are just sticking together so much that now he's doing
Gross.
600 a night.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
It's freaking gross.
The, the best thing
Makes you
about
think.
that story, the Bob Woodward, he can't do his normal shtick where he calls it fake news, they're lying, because everything's on audio and everything keeps getting released. So you can't even deny it. You just have to say the counterpunching's so bad. It's like, oh, the book was boring. I read it in one night. If it was so boring, how'd you read 466 pages?
Yeah, plus that's not an easy book, I'm guessing, to read. Like, I'm talking like you got to be a pretty easy book
Yeah.
to do a page a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be like,
I guess that's a pretty wordy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, whatever. Like,
What about a new segment where we just come on and say absurd things that we've done? Like this morning, I ran 18 miles
Kim Jong-un,
in
Jong-un
4-minute mile increments.
Brought to you by
Donald Trump.
who gets
The
someone
Republican
as
Party.
sponsorship.
okay. What's going on? It looked like there was some news in the Breonna Taylor case over
Yeah.
in Louisville. What's going on? There's a settlement?
Yeah, it looks like Louisville is gonna. The city of Louisville is going to give Breonna Taylor's family $12 million.
But I just am curious. These police officers
Yeah.
are still
Yeah.
free.
That's the tough part to reconcile.
It's cheaper for I think the way
I think it's really structural. The city knows they're going to lose in court, so they have to settle.
Yeah.
The police structurally via unions doesn't have to prosecute the cops.
yeah.
But this is what I'm so
That's what I'm
confused
saying.
about, right?
I think in their view, it's like we're going to cause more structural damage to our organization by arresting and not paying the money. It's easier just to give this family $12 million.
Was this
But
a
here's
qualified immunity issue with the cops that you can't prosecute them because of the unions?
I don't know. Here's the dummy question. This is just my dummy question. By settling, are you not saying that something was wrongfully done?
No, that's the beauty of the U.S. court system.
They're
You settle
civil.
without admitting guilt.
I know, but
Yeah.
Yes.
but you're settling
obviously.
because you know that if it goes to court, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are changes to the police department part of this that the police department has agreed to is like early action warning to identify officers with red flags, mandatory commanding officer review, mandatory body cameras. You know, there's a lot of things they are adding, not the stuff like qualified immunity, like disbanding those types of things. So there is some progress happening. I'm sure a city like
Because this was
Louisville-
technically a no-knock warrant right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
weren't
were able
even
to
in
break the door down, and
But at the wrong house.
but by the letter of the law, even though they were at the wrong house, what's the
But am I
rationale?
correct in thinking that you would never settle if that wasn't wrong? Right? If that was by the book,
Yeah,
you would never settle. You'd never give somebody $12 million.
and they were plainclothes cops. They weren't even
The whole thing is so fishy.
It's very
so
good.
bad.
But you would never, I mean, am I right in that?
Of course, yeah. You know you're gonna lose.
This is fucking crazy. It's also crazy that you can sort of like, yeah, we fucked up, but we're not going to
Yeah.
arrest these
So
guys.
what's the Ben Shapiro take here?
Don't do crime.
But they paid the $12
I
million.
didn't watch.
No, I don't know. I'm not saying
But
if you
would it
if
be?
you had to put your mind in his head where everything black people
Cheaper.
do is
The boy-
It's cheaper.
boyfriend-
Pay the $12 million. It's cheaper than to do anything. He's like, why would we change a system that we know that works? Just pay them $12 million.
Yeah, the boyfriend shot at the cops. But listen, we understand. A little mistake was made.
It's $12 million.
we'll pay $12 million so that we can have inefficient.
But you won't arrest 4 cops?
That's how much is at stake here.
That's just because you cannot say like, yeah,
We fucked up.
shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. People are obviously not happy.
I haven't
seen the
really
reaction.
looked at it. Just got announced. I haven't really seen reactions.
You know what else just got announced? Cardi B
Big.
taking
big.
her WAP elsewhere.
Yes.
Filed for divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say she had a WAP. She said she had a WAP.
Right.
Yeah.
Taking that little garage elsewhere.
Taking that little garage to find a different Mack truck.
And
Maybe a
something-
Nikola one. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Just not something else dangly, they say.
Okay.
So Cardi B officially filed divorce against Offset.
Yeah.
They have a kid together.
Yeah.
And she wants it.
Some people said it would last forever. Some
People
people,
did. Some people said they were a great couple.
Some people also
people
said
said-
he got caught cheating pretty early on.
yes. I think that was public. The first time was very public.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Didn't the girl like come out and say I was the one?
Yeah.
Or like message her or
Yeah,
something?
I think. I mean,
I will say I liked their whole thing though, you know?
I
liked
knew
that
it had no
family.
chance. I mean, come on.
I know, but I don't want to say that. I mean, look, they were doing good. They had the daughter. It's sort of like a Beyonce and Jay-Z thing.
Like if Offset,
no.
come on.
They're
Offset
different.
is not Jay Z.
No. And Cardi B is not.
But it was more attainable. It was a more attainable Beyonce Jay-Z. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
The people's Jay
was,
Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, just let you know. Like,
well,
of
I
this
think everybody
former-
was rooting for him, but I think deep
Who's
down,
Cardi B gonna be with now? It's gonna be someone
I
famous.
don't think she needs a man.
Wow, independent woman over
I
here.
think she wants a man. I think she wants a man. I think
Yeah, she has a kid. She seems like she likes the
she's
family.
a sexual, you know, you saw WAP. You think WAP looks like a woman who wants to be alone?
It's
Yeah.
true.
I don't think so. I'm not saying she needs
You
a
need
man.
to use that
I'm
WAP.
saying I think she wants a man.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
I'll give you
is it?
two. I'll give
Let's
you two
take guesses.
predictions. I'll give you. It's got to be someone really successful. That's the problem. There's not many guys
But I
that
feel
are
like
in
you
her.
don't go like rapper.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, just even guys in general that make as much money as she does. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the Angelina Jolie thing. It's just like a very
Too
powerful-
intimidating at this point.
Yeah, like what type of guy can hit on Cardi B?
I'm having a tough time.
It's got to be like, I would say like an athlete that makes that kind of money. Basketball.
Yeah, but you got to be also like
basketball
kind of have
dudes
your
are way
shit
too
together.
soft.
She's not going to do that again.
It's gonna be like a football player.
Football players seem like they're nerds.
More than a basketball player.
Basketball players
What
are
name
too.
one basketball player right now that would date Cardi B?
This is tough. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm sure there'd be plenty.
Realistically.
We're jammed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever. We don't know. We'll work on this for Friday. I know everyone's waiting on the edge of their seats to decide.
I'm gonna
this.
come up with some
We
ideas.
should actually do a post and say,
Name 3 people.
Matchmaking.
name an eligible bachelor for Cardi,
Cardi
B.
B.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Okay. Last but not least, I mean, you know how they say hell has frozen over? That's a real
Yeah.
popular statement. Well, in this instance, Facebook and Instagram have frozen over. This is a day I never thought I'd see coming. Kim Kardashian is saying that she's going to freeze her Facebook and Instagram accounts for hashtag Stop Hate for Profit.
Yep.
Is this the fact that Facebook profits off of, is that what she's referring to? Profits off of all the hateful things,
Yeah.
like language and stuff that goes on the site?
The main thing is to allow the spreading of hate, propaganda, and misinformation created by groups that's splitting America apart. That's kind of what she has helped spearheaded. And a bunch of other people have joined. This pausing of Facebook usage and Instagram is only for 24 hours. I don't know if Kim Kardashian's might be longer, but 24 other celebrities have joined with it. Sacha Baron Cohen, which I don't know if people care if he's on Facebook or Instagram. Katy Perry's
That's
huge.
a weird one. Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence, Judd Apatow, Ashton Kutcher, Leo, Michael B. Jordan, Sarah Silverman. So here's the thing. This is a big first step because social media really moves because of celebrities. That particular woman is the biggest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Instagram would have had the success it had if it wasn't for that family.
I would say 10 years ago, yeah, but I think all the people you mention now, despite having all these followers, are completely irrelevant for how the platform runs.
Yes, but if Kim Kardashian has an influence over Addison Rae, and if Addison Rae goes, you know what, Kim, I'm going to join you on that.
They just need more people to join.
Yeah, and which I think they'll get it.
We saw what happened with the ad boycott.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, so, but here's the thing, is that like,
wakeboarding in Hawaii.
Like all the people you named, they're all A-list celebrities. They all have manufactured accounts. Fans know it. If you look at the engagement they have, despite the aggregate number of followers they have, the number of likes is literally nothing.
But they do
Better
have
for their accounts to participate in the thing.
Yeah, they're just
'Cause, like,
they're
I
just
mean-
starting the wave. Let's see how the wave goes.
What I mean is, it's better. What's it, a day?
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's like better for, like, literally, if you were Kim Kardashian's publicist, wouldn't you be like, hey, participate in this, your followers will love it?
She is spearheading it. She may say, I'm done till the election or whatever it is.
Yeah, take a month.
So let's see what she does. Here's the thing. Typically, I would doubt her, but all the shit she's done on prison reform,
Yeah.
she's the only one doing anything.
I agree.
So
I have
just think you gotta
no
do more.
beef with her doing it, and good for her for standing up for something because it actually doesn't affect her pocketbooks.
Yeah.
It's just not going to matter.
No, but
they're
here-
all
I just think these
irrelevant.
No,
celebrities
but
do
here-
these cute little, like,
No.
stop the hate.
No, here's the
24
thing.
hours.
Everyone's going to watch Social Dilemma. It's going to get 500 million views in the next fucking month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing on Netflix. Even though all that information was kind of like, yes, we knew, it just crystallized everyone's belief of how bad how people that help create Facebook, Twitter, Google are now telling you that it's fucking bad for you and what damage it's done to society. So you take the moment because I can't tell you how many people have told me, watch Social Dilemma. So I watched it.
Mainly on social media, right?
What?
I said mainly on social. The thing I saw is everyone's posting on their Instagram.
Yeah,
that they're
it's
watching.
watch Social Dilemma, right? What's funny is at the end of the documentary, they go, thank you for watching Social Dilemma. Follow us on social media. And they go, just kidding.
That's good.
But here's the thing. There is going to be, and the thing that comes out of that movie is that, like, despite how everything looks so depressing on the future of social media and how its impact on society, the people involved are confident that there will be a resolution. And I think it's going to come in the form of government regulation. And there were some great ideas thrown out in there on like how you can attack that. So I think, but you got to create that momentum where like Kim Kardashian has an ear to the president of the United States, right? So she can go and sit. If any politician, she can get on the phone and be like, you're sitting down with me. So she
But
can't.
a lot of that hate, quote unquote, is like Trump's stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just think that like there's beyond Trump, there needs to be a lot of changes in the social media regulation sphere.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
I agree.
And I just think
agree.
that she can create that. This could be a small moment that leads to a bigger one.
I agree. It's a piece of the puzzle. I just wish these I feel like all these celebrity campaigns are always so cheeseball.
If it wasn't
and, like,
her, I would agree. Kim is just actually doing
I
shit.
just wish they'd be more bold. I just wish they'd be like, look, like Kim Kardashian teamed up with these people. They're actually going to do it. And for the month of October,
Our accounts
none
are
of them are
deleted.
using social media. That'd be like, whoa.
No, even that's stupid. Delete your account.
Well, yeah, but I get it.
That's the only way it has impact.
Yeah.
If you
Can't get a hold of Kim Kardashian, people would lose their mind.
Yeah.
and Kim Kardashian and 50 other Kim Kardashians, and not the
family.
manufactured.
No, it's adult.
DiCaprio's Instagram is a joke.
It's her family.
It's climate
All that
change.
matters is her family.
But like, where's Kylie?
If Kylie, Kendall, boyfriends, significant others,
and the 10 TikTok kids.
Yeah, that
That
you
they're
control
housing.
now.
Well, the show's done, so what else do they have to do?
Use
But they sell
Instagram.
product.
Yeah. So get over there and do this.
My point is like just the people under your,
Camp
camp.
can make such a difference.
Can make such a difference.
Yeah.
So if you can get them, I'm into it.
Yeah.
But if it's you and Sacha Baron Cohen, like just take him off the
Ali
list.
G.
Take him off the list. My point is,
Walk on.
if Ali G says, "Yo, I want to be a part of this," say no.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look good. All right. Okay.
My as seen on social is from the future. I got a peek into our next newsletter, so I'm going to let you know about it right now. And what it is Chrissy. Was it Chrissy who kind of spearheaded this one?
Correct.
Who just joined the team, which we'll love to give you her background if she feels comfortable to share it. Is doing a whole newsletter about anxiety and how people are coping with it during the pandemic, giving a bunch of alternatives on how to deal with it. And, just shedding light on that topic. A lot of people have anxiety during these times. I am not one of those people. I seem to have thrived in this environment, mainly because of my dislike of most of the people around me. Interesting, right?
Or is it any bit due to holistic wellness?
When's the newsletter?
It could
coming
be a
out?
real reason because of holistic wellness.
It all makes sense now.
Now you know. That's probably why I'm so relaxed.
Yeah.
I've doubled down on holistic wellness.
Wow.
During my 5 o'clock drink time, I take the chill version of it.
Yep.
I think it's the green
Stress.
ginger and turmeric one.
Oh, no, that's a recovery.
Not recovery. Then it's the stress. One.
Okay.
I take the stress one, and then at 9 p.m. I take the sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's just a bam, bam,
Yeah.
relax, and then you just pass out.
I'm good.
Incredible. So that's the secret.
That is the secret. Anand?
My essay on social is Airbnb, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Will Smith have teamed up to rent out the Bel-Air mansion.
I saw that.
So you can book it.
Where is it? It's not in Bel Air though, right?
I actually don't know. It doesn't say. But it's supposedly $30 a night, which is coinciding with the 30th anniversary.
Got it.
So it's a marketing gimmick. I think Airbnb's figured out. They've done this with when they do the Taco Bell hotel.
Yeah, they're clever.
They're
Their
clever.
marketing is great. Free marketing.
It's great.
The house has got to be a dump. It's been, it's so
And
old.
was
you know,
gonna say,
actually, when I think about it is it attracts people our age demo and up that Airbnb is probably not their first go-to.
Yeah.
Because no 25-year-old gives a shit to stay at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house.
No.
So it'd be people 35 and up.
Yeah. A lot
And-
of 45-year-olds.
Yeah, a lot of 45-year-olds, and it's their entryway into the product that they probably don't typically use.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to market. Pete, you got one?
No, because I usually don't do this section.
Okay.
So I don't have one. I see a lot of things on social.
Yeah,
so,
you're on your phone, you're watching videos.
A lot
I
of
see your
YouTube.
boy Casey Neistat everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
All over Santa Monica.
yeah. He just does this thing over there. I do mine over here.
Okay.
We hang out every once in a
You're
while.
obsessed with them, right?
No, not him.
Oh, you hang out with them.
No.
No.
We just seen each other at Tenderfest, a good little hello, and he's like, sorry, I have my kid with me.
Just leave me alone. You
Yeah,
ginger
pretty
freak.
much.
But he didn't know who you were. You were just trying
No,
to...
No,
absolutely
he's just
not.
fanning out.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hey, chicken tender? And he's like, look, I got to take care of my kid right now. Like, not the time.
Interesting. So he big-timed you.
Yes, absolutely. But for the sake
And
of
that
his
was
kid,
early on in your LA escapades.
very early on.
That's why, as I, rise in my fame level, you'll never see me do stuff like that to a young Pete.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
I'll remember
if you
that.
think about Tenderfest, it was already a pretty walled-off
Right.
area. It's not like you were at the Grove.
No.
People had to buy tickets. It's sold out.
Right.
Or you had to know the event planners.
So maybe he's a little of a bad attitude.
No, he has disclosed before that he takes his children very seriously, and obviously, but out in public, his kid was running around.
But what did you actually say to him?
Oh, I was like, yo, Casey, it was good, and I just said hi, and then he was just like, hey man, I don't mean to be rude, but then he's like, I gotta go, my kid's running around.
But did you ask to engage in a conversation
oh
with
no,
him?
no,
Or
nothing
you just said,
like
hey
that.
Casey?
Yeah, I was like, oh hey, what's up, dude?
What'd you exactly say?
I
What triggered
really
him
like
to-
don't think it was
What
anything.
triggered him
to
that he
say,
thought
like,
you
yo,
were
yo, yo, I'm with my kid, bro.
Yo, hey man, hey, want to hang out sometime?
Yo, what kind of camera you shoot with?
What kind of camera? He's like, "You go watch my YouTube videos." But I will say, as seen on social, is our new content that's really turning around here.
Yeah.
Not only turning around, but turning up.
Yes.
A lot of meme content.
A lot of meme content. I see a lot of poking fun of me.
Yes. I think.
I have a thick skin. I can take it.
I thought the Travis Scott thing was the best thing we've done in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was
thing was
good.
really good.
And she was like, what? What are you talking about?
He just kept saying,
you know what I
whatever
want.
the drink that Travis Scott has. And he didn't want to say Sprite.
And she goes, Uber?
Yeah.
I did that once when I valeted a hotel. I was like, Uber? He goes, no, my name's John. I was like, Christ, never mind.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
All right.
That it?
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, make sure you head over and subscribe to our newsletter that's out every Monday and Thursday, the MelroseStreetJournal.com. Hit us up on Twitter at Group Chat, just Group Chat, not Group Chat Pod 1, because that doesn't exist anymore. And find us on Instagram at Group Chat Pod.
What? And we have a shout out, right?
Yes. So a bit. So this woman was very upset. She made a number of claims that I don't agree with and didn't see. So Jess M decided to also DM me, and I saw it, and I
Yes.
looked away from it.
Yes.
Because she was very upset, saying I followed all the instructions to come get a shout out on our newsletter.
Wow. So your apology.
I do now that Tim made it public and I couldn't hide anymore.
Thank you.
Because it was
Tim.
just in the group chat.
Tim's a righteous guy.
Yeah, he always wants to do right. And so when I saw this come in, I was like, damn, she got me. But I looked back through the email and we didn't have it. We did do a switch over from Taylor's email to my email to get the Rex back. So we might have missed it. I don't know. But happy birthday to your husband.
But we don't know the husband's
Nope,
name.
she's not getting that much.
Oh, you know it and you don't want to say it.
Oh, no. She just said, we missed your husband's shout out. And I don't know where the email is.
So it just got
And-
lost in the ether.
We share a birthday.
Yeah, I didn't. I looked back through. But yes, she does share the birthday with Anand on September 11th. So happy birthday, Jess's husband.
Jess' husband. Hope you listen.
Happy 29th, 30th,
Sounds
maybe.
good.
Yeah.
You're guessing the age.
Yeah. I just think it's a good age. Like happy 30th, I think is like it's a big one,
Okay.
big turn for him. And I think that's it.
All right.
We do have a Twitter giveaway going on. Today's your last day if you're listening to this right now because we're going to do the giveaway Thursday morning. So,
Okay. What are we giving away?
well, we're giving away 2 pairs of sneakers
Okay.
from New Republic.
New Republic. Wow.
Yes. We're picking a current newsletter subscriber and a new one.
Okay.
I saw there's a big release coming.
Big release. Stay tuned.
About. Did you see the photos?
No, I'm not.
Did a number.
Okay. All right. Enough with the Pete talk.
That's all we got.
We'll see you Friday.
See ya.